Greetings, welcome to the course of Electromagnetics, Unit 2, Lecture number 34. Here is an example on the coaxial capacitor which we had discussed in the last class. After this example, we will derive the expression for capacitance for the two spherical capacitors. So here what the question is, find the capacitance of 20 centimeters coaxial cable. So the length of the coaxial cable is given. So how the coaxial cable look like? So the inner conductor and outer conductor having some length. So length of, this is the inner one, this is the outer one. Length of this conductor is given by 20 centimeters. Cable having the inner conductor of 0.029 inches of diameter. It is given, the diameter is given for the inner conductor, and other conductor with the diameter of 0.116 inches. Okay, the diameter of inner and outer conductors are given. Now, so what is the medium between these two conductors? So there is a polythene medium, polythene dielectric medium with the relative permittivity as 2.26. Relative permittivity is given as 2.26. Okay. So polyethylene dielectric medium is there in between both the conductors. Now what is the capacitance of the coaxial capacitor which we derived in the last class? 2 pi epsilon and L, length of the conductor, by log of B by A, out of which 2 pi is a constant. What is the epsilon? Epsilon is nothing but epsilon naught and epsilon r. Okay, epsilon naught value is 8.854 in 10 power minus 12 and epsilon r value is this one. And length of the conductor is also given. What is the length of the conductor? 20 centimeters, 20 into, and A and B are the radius of inner and outer conductors, but whereas they have given the diameter. So the inner conductor radius A is given by the diameter, inner conductor diameter is 0.0295 by 2. Diameter by 2 is a radius which is given by 0.01475. It is in inches, and the outer conductor, the B is the diameter of the outer conductor, but it is given in the diameter only. The outer conductor diameter is 0.116 inches by 2, which gives the radius of the outer conductor, which is given by 580 inches. Okay, but anyway here we are going to find out B by A, and B as the ratio is B by, in denominator we have a log of B by A, the ratio of B to A. So the unit is no matter because we are going to the ratio only. The inches will be get cancelled, no need to convert into meters. Those capacitance C is given by 2 pi, epsilon is this one permittivity of free space 8.854 in 10 power minus 12 into epsilon r, which is 2.26. What the 2.26 is? This is a dielectric constant of polythene medium placed in between the two coaxial capacitors, into L. L value is 20 centimeters, 20 into 10 power minus 2 by log of B by A. B is 0.580 by A, it is 0.0147. Okay, simplify this, you will be getting the value of a capacitance for the coaxial capacitor, and it is 18.383 picofarads. Pico means 10 power minus 12. So this is the capacitance of two coaxial capacitors given. Okay, so what the question is, there is a coaxial cable, both are acting as the conductors. There is a coaxial cable, there is an inner conductor with the diameter and outer conductor with a different diameter, and both these are being separated with one dielectric medium. What it is? Polythene dielectric medium, whose dielectric constant is also given, and we are supposed to find the capacitance between these two conductors or the capacitance of this coaxial cable, for which we have a formula which we derived in the last class as 2 pi epsilon L log B by A. So individually we obtain the values of epsilon, L and B and A, substituted in the formula and simplified, and finally we obtain the capacitance between the coaxial cable or in the coaxial cable is given by 18.383 picofarads. Now we will move on to the capacitance, concept of capacitance in spherical capacitor. Spherical capacitor means there are two spheres, there are two concentric spheres with different radius. Okay, spherical capacitor. Spherical capacitor. Okay, there is one sphere, one more sphere. Okay, there are positive charges in the inner sphere. Okay, there are positive charges on the inner sphere and negative charges on the outer sphere. So why I mentioned the positive negative charges? With this only the capacitance exists. There should be equal amount of charges with opposite direction. Both should be closely placed with some medium. Okay. So the electric field from what is the direction of electric field? In this direction, from positive charge to the negative charge. This is the direction of electric field. Let the inner conductor is having the radius of A and the outer conductor is having the radius of B. The medium between these two is a dielectric medium which is given by epsilon. Now we are supposed to find the capacitance between these two concentric spheres. So the C is given by Q by V. This is equation 1. Let us obtain the Q and V individually, then we will substitute in this one. The Q is given by, let the Q remain same as it is, let the Q as a Q only. Let us find the V individually, then we will substitute keeping the Q as it is. But what the V is? The V is minus integral of E into dl. What is this E? What is this E? So this is the electric field is from inner sphere to the outer sphere. So this is A to B. The electric field is from inner sphere to the outer sphere. What is the electric field? Electric field is given by using Coulomb's law. Q by 4 pi epsilon r square into AR, where r is the radius of the spheres. And let us substitute the Q value here. Before that, let us write dl also. What the dl is? It is the differential length is along the radius of spheres only. So we can write the dl as dr into AR. So we are trying to obtain the equation for V, so that we can substitute in the equation 1 to get the value of capacitance. So V is given by minus integration A to B. What is a E? E is given by Q by 4 pi epsilon r square AR dl. dl is dr AR. So the dot product of AR with AR is 1. So let us replace the dot product of AR with AR as 1 and take remaining all constant terms, because here it has been differentiated with respect to R. Okay, take all the constant terms out of this integration. So I can write the Q by 4 pi epsilon or the constants only. The integration A to B 1 by R square into dr. Okay, let us integrate this one and substitute the upper and lower limits. V is given by minus Q by 4 pi epsilon. What is the integration of 1 by R square? It is minus 1 by R. The limits are A to B. Okay, if you take this minus here, so the minus and minus plus, and V is given by Q by 4 pi epsilon. The upper limit is 1 by A, the lower limit is the 1 by B. By substituting the upper and lower limits, you got this one. Okay, let this is equation 2. Now substitute the equation 2 in 1. Substitute equation 2 in 1. We are trying to derive the equation for capacitance of spherical capacitor. Means there are two spheres are there with a different radius and opposite charges, same amount, same magnitude with opposite charges are being accumulated on both the spheres. Okay. Now the capacitance C is given by Q, the numerator as it is. The V is given by Q by 4 pi epsilon 1 by A minus 1 by B. The Q and the Q get cancelled. I will take this term to the numerator and C is given by 4 pi epsilon by 1 by A minus 1 by B farads. What it is? It is the capacitance of spherical capacitance. So what is the capacitance of a spherical capacitor? So which is 4 pi epsilon by 1 by A minus 1 by B, where epsilon is the permittivity of the medium lies in between these two spheres or between these two conductors, and 1 by A minus 1 by B. A and B are the radiuses of both the spheres. Means the capacitance is directly proportional to the medium lies between the two spheres or the two conductors, directly proportional to the medium between these two conductors, are inversely proportional to the 1 by A minus 1 by B. Means that the difference of inverse of difference of the radiuses of both the conductors are both the. There is a special case on this spherical capacitor. So this is the radius of inner capacitor and this is the radius of outer capacitor. Let the outer capacitor are being placed at the infinite distance. Means we have a single isolated inner capacitor. Means we have only one isolated capacitor. One isolated capacitor, and let the second capacitor is placed at some infinite distance. Okay, there is at infinite distance. Okay, the radius of the second capacitor is the infinity. So the B is approaches to the infinity. Means we are separating the second capacitor to the infinite distance and we are keeping only one isolated capacitor. So for the isolated capacitor, so B, the second capacitor, are being having the radius of infinity. So the capacitance C is given by 4 pi epsilon by 1 by A minus 1 by. So the B approaches to the infinity. This is 1 by infinity, it is 0. So C is given by 4 pi epsilon by A. Sorry, this is 1 by A. So C is given by 4 pi epsilon A farads. This is the capacitance of isolated capacitor. Means if you have a single capacitor then we can call it as an isolated capacitor. For the isolated capacitor, the capacitance is 4 pi epsilon A, where A is the radius of single sphere or the single capacitor. So C is given by, means C, capacitance C is directly proportional to the medium, because the second capacitor is placed at infinite distance, even though there exists a medium between the first and the second capacitor, and which is also directly proportional to the radius of the single isolated capacitor. With this, we can conclude the lecture on the spherical capacitor. In next class, there are few more special cases are there in a spherical capacitor that we will continue. Thank you.